Good evening, I'm Anna Jabłońska. Welcome to Poland Daily. The amendment to the Polish Supreme Court bill is now sent to the Polish Senate. Changes have been made to allow the judges of the Supreme Court and the Supreme Administrative Court who retired at the age of 65 to return to duties as full-time judges. The Senate session had a special guest, the Supreme Court Judge Małgorzata Gersdorf.
We have more concerns regarding the so-called judicial reform. In particular, we have objections in the area of the National Council of the Judiciary, and it is obvious that we have objections about the process of selection of the judges as well, and so on. At least it is somewhat satisfactory that the judges of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Poland return to work. I am continuing to be the first president of the Supreme Court. I am, I was, and I will be, and that's it.
A recent survey conducted by the CBOS analytic company shows that the support for the Law and Justice Party has risen to 42%, indicating that the scandal surrounding the Polish Financial Oversight Commission seems to have not affected the support for Mateusz Morawiecki's government.
The survey, conducted between the 8th and 15th of November, shows that compared to the last month, support for Morawiecki's government rose by 3%. The percentage of the opponents of the currently ruling Law and Justice went down by 5% to 24%. 5% of the respondents had no opinion of Morawiecki's government.
The first hearing between the German-Swiss media mogul ringer Axel Springer against Polish journalist Witold Gadowski was set to take place in the Warsaw Provincial Court today. The media group sued Gawłowski for his statement in which he claimed that Axel Springer was linked to people from Wehrmacht, the SS, the Gestapo, while the company's owner was himself involved with the Nazi regime. The hearing was cancelled due to security concerns.
The media group sued Witold Gadowski for infringement of personal interests. Dozens of people supporting the journalist showed up in court. I hope that justice will prevail today, and this whole proceeding will be on the grounds of the Polish law, where the constitution guarantees the Polish journalists freedom of speech, the freedom of speech which the German media mogul is trying to infringe on right now. Ringer Axel Springer decided that Gadowski undermined the good name of the corporation and sued the journalist. However, the trial did not begin after all. The judge instructed the policemen to inform the people gathered that the hearing was called off. I would like to inform you that the judges decided not to see this case through today. Ringer Axel Springer demands an apology from the journalists. The media group demands a humiliating apology, 50,000 zlotys fine, and for me to cease spreading the truth. According to Gadowski, the case filed against him by the German-Swiss corporation is the first step on the road to restoring the faith in the media in Poland. The columnist had faith and still believes that facts and the truth will be enough to win the case.
A funeral service was held in the Polish city of Krakow for Sister Cecilia Roszak, the world's oldest nun at the time of her death, who was active in rescuing Jewish children from the Nazi during World War II.
Sister Cecilia died at the age of 110 last week. She spent much of her life in a Dominican convent in Krakow after becoming a nun at the age of 21.
She was a person who was very demanding of herself, but at the same time having a very open and merciful heart for the convent community, just like Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
Her fellow nuns say she had a very open and merciful heart, being strict with herself but understanding and caring towards others. The only significant period outside the convent was from 1938 to 1944, when she was moved to the Lithuanian capital of Vilnius to help establish a new convent. During the war years, she and other nuns were involved in rescuing Jewish children when Germany forced the Soviet Union out of Lithuania.
She was like a mother to Jewish children, understanding, caring. And then the persecution of these children by the Germans started. She hid them in the bales of grains in the barn where there were a few other nuns dressed as civilians. She was taking care of them very warmly, and she also took care of their education, not only spiritually but also they intellectually enlightened these children.
In 1984, she was inscribed in the list of the righteous among the nations, which records non-Jews who risked their lives to save Jewish people during the Holocaust.
Thank you for watching Poland Daily. Coming up next, Poland Daily weather. Good night.